Hey people, Intro here, 1v1 Ashes of Typhon, blue side. Val.Hero has a Mekboy, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat. Puts out some good damage with a bunch of orky gadgets. They're going straight for that wreck point. We have a Force Commander, Inekura, strong offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. The beaky helmed Raven Guard elite scheme here into double scouts for Inekura. And more sluggers up for Val.Hero. They do have shooter boys as well. Maybe we'll get to see a Pain Boy and battery pack combo maybe. Not sure what Inekura's up to. They might just be going a very hard map early and then into tax. But we'll see if they get... Oh, they got a node, so it seems like we're not going to see Tactical Marines. Double Assault Marines, maybe that would be amazing. Double Scouts into double Assault Marines. With shotguns and stuff. There's 2 gens going up. But that doesn't necessarily mean when you get an Assault Marines. Pushing through the mid is Val.Hero. They might spot the power actually. Inekura won't be able to do anything against this. They're going to feel some Daka and back away. But will they push up the west side aggressively and leave this open here? Looks like they are. They didn't back off and try to be defensive on the gens. Those gens looking mighty vulnerable, but here comes Devastators on the way for Inekura. Maybe Devs into Assault Marines, that would be pretty cool. With double scouts backing them up with shotguns or something. Yep, Val.Hero's going to push on the gens and the scouts can't stop it. Do you guys have shotguns on the way? They do. So they might... Oh, it's cancelled. Suggesting Inekura's going to go straight into... Wants to get the assault squad up quickly, or more Devastators perhaps. Force Commanders decap the VP and is on the way back. They should just hit retreat here, I think. Hit retreat, get them back here a little bit sooner maybe. The scouts can try and repair, which is why they're getting so close. There it is. Force Commanders just jogged the back. Mekboy's teleported in and tied up the Devastators. Scouts, but they don't drop a model. Good little special attack there. Force Commander's now shown up. And it's not happy with this whole situation. Lost both of the gens went down. Big shooters on the field for the shooter boys. Oh, and it's Storm Boys for Val.Hero and double Devastators for Inekura. Was not expecting that. Mekboy can teleport in as we've seen. And with Storm Boys to jump them and double sluggers to flank around and stuff. Could be tough. They almost got the shooter boys down. Are you going to smack one of the sluggers, bud? Nope. These scouts were busy capping up the west side. Tried to go after that wreck point, but sluggers say no. And here's your Storm Boys. Jump troops with power melee weapons. Big threat to the Devastators on the field. Scouts are going to need to retreat, I think, but maybe a shotgun blast first. There we go. Oh, they lost the model. Mekboy has about, I think it's about 25 DPS with the default weapon. It might be 24.5 or something. That was a bad teleport location there, bud. Into 2 firing arcs as they retreated and stuff. Force Commander capping that central power point, which never ever sees generators, poor thing. 2 gens up again for Inekura. Storm Boys retreated. Okay. Have you seen any upgrades on the sluggers? We haven't, so maybe we will see a Pain Boy. Unless battery pack has already gone in the Mekboy or something. Force Commander battle crying his way over there. Eventually there is enough Daka to get him to leave. Devastators covering this approach. Storm Boys are not here, so they can't do much about it. But they're showing up soon. There's aiming what's that to suppress the Devs. Gets the sluggers in there. The jump is retreated away from. They did lose a Devastator model. Scouts drop a model as well. There's more scouts here though with the grenade. I mean, it got a model. These guys with that sergeant, and now they flee. Good little passage of play there though by Inekura. Got a good chunk of the map. We'll see what Val.Hero can do now. An open field. Storm Boys jumping over that central crater rim there, which is a great thing for teleporting stuff and jumping stuff to do on this map. Also a good map for Librarian, I think, because you can force barrier up these two flanks, especially that western flank, and cover the entire thing. It's also powerful here too. And of course being able to Gate of Infinity things around is always useful. Double shotgun scouts, what can they do? Big chunks of damage off those sluggers. That was like a single burst from them both, and now they both have sergeants. Storm Boys jumping. Shotguns back away and get a blast, and there's a grenade. Beautiful attempt by Inekura, couldn't quite get it to land. Force Commander looking for some trouble with Bolt Pistol ringing out. Artificer Armor is in. Just makes the Force Commander tankier. Little bit of energy too. Always handy. Sluggers here with burners. Are they going to wipe though? And the Force Commander finish them. One hit on each model might do it. Did they swing? It didn't look like they did their swing with their chainsword there. Shooter Boys have their Nob Leader. No burners for the other sluggers, and we do see battery pack up for the Mekboy. Did they use it on the retreating sluggers there? Maybe they did, I didn't notice. Storm Boys with the jump. Shotgun scouts are there, but they need to wait a few seconds. I was going to say they need to wait a few seconds to do the shotgun blast because it wouldn't knock over the Storm Boys because they'd get a few seconds of knockback immunity. But they chucked a grenade and almost wiped their own Devastators out. I guess the shotgun blast would still suppress them, even if it didn't knock them over. You typically want the knockback to help them escape that situation, the devs. 410 to 410, and there's tier 2 for Val.Hero. Weird Boy, I think, with Warpath would be nasty here. Could also use Oberdare to chuck sluggers at the Devastators. War Truck as well, of course, to drive in around, get big flanks. That big flank might only work once though. Then Inekura will be looking out for it. Storm Boys have dropped a model. Val.Hero not reinforcing their stuff. Not sure why. I think they can afford anything in tier 2 pretty much. Unless they're trying to rush tier 3 here. Mekboy teleports in. Oh, did a call the boys, that's what they did. Everything gets reinforced off that. That was pretty cool. So that 250 wreck or something. Battery pack was thrown out. Abataced on the sluggers, I think, as well. 406 to 375. Anything else for the Force Commanders? Level 2. No other war gear. Are they going to get Thunder Hammer? Hasn't been queued up. Not sure if anything's been queued up. Weird Boy is indeed on the way, and they are bashing gens here, the Orks. Got a node, got a gen. They are not decapping. There's the Nob Leader for the Storm Boys. Big fella with a heavy melee weapon. It could stun on landing, as you see there. Those guys jumped a little bit further forward. They might have wiped those Devastators before they got away. I think only one of the models got an actual swing in there. Shooter Boys decapping Inekura's natural. They've gone for Librarian first, eh? Veil of Time is obviously great for Devastators. And as I said, Force Barrier could do a lot of work for you on this map. Weird Boy is here. Already has Warp Head for the Foot of Gork. That's going to be useful to displace the double Devastators. I'm not sure if you're able, if the Foot of Gork marker comes in and you try to move your Devastators, can you move in time? Maybe we'll find out. There's the basic attack on the Weird Boy, and it's an amazing attack. Takes out one of those models. There's a Warp Vomit. These guys will be able to set up. I don't think they have enough energy to use it. I think it's like 500 energy or something to use the Foot of Gork, maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, Mekboy's gone over. Apparently their teleport didn't work, which Probably means they didn't use it quickly enough, but it is the dawn of bugs, so who knows. Sluggers have their Nob Leader. The other sluggers don't have burners or Nob Leader or anything. Librarian with the Psychic Hood for Gate of Infinity, and here comes the staff. Now in amongst some Storm Boys. He's a pretty damn good melee combatant, the Librarian. Looks like 4 the Emperor was on them, and there's Quickening, I think. Really powerful Quickening. I think it only lasts 5 seconds. But I think it's plus, is it plus 3 speed? Or maybe it's plus 2. It might be plus 3 speed. And it also gives you knockback immunity and huge amounts of damage resist. It's like 80 or 90%, I think. Very, very nice. Force Commander is going Power Fist, not Thunderhammer. It's a very powerful weapon. Val.Hero's not happy that the Librarian got away, I think. See how it does? It's going to kill a model on hit pretty often. And obviously very useful against any vehicles that show up, like looted tanks and stuff. I don't think we're going to see anything else in Tier 2 for Val.Hero. Inekura might have got the Power Fist because they also want a Dreadnought. There's the Foot of Gork. Gets a few hits in. Knockback, stun, and like 225 damage. But it doesn't tell me because they've got Warpath now. I think it says up to 225 damage in the tooltip, which suggests it's damage that radiates from the middle. Again, these guys haven't been reinforced, so we might see another Quarter Boys. 272 to 367. Double cap for Inekura. Devastator's flee. Librarian here might just throw out the... they throw out a smite. I was going to say they might just throw out the Force Barrier. There's Quickening again. Is that for the Emperor, or is that just something Quickening gives him that? I'm not sure. There's Force Barrier. There's Veil of Time now, I think. Storm Boys. Do you want to fight the Storm Boys, bud? Doesn't seem like it. Shotgun Scouts coming in. Maybe could have stayed in with those Storm Boys there. Because he gets over 70 power melee DPS with this thing. Would have been so risky though. Force Commander. Teleports somewhere. Back to the mid. Scouts on capping duty. Grenade doesn't quite pay off. Is it worth trying to decap these points with the other scouts? They're idle at the moment. Is that another teleport? Oh, it's Gate of Infinity. Devastator's shutting down these sluggers. There's no Storm Boys around, but there is a weird boy around who get that basic attack in, which might open up enough space. Mekboy can also just do this. Get those orky left hooks in. Took a bunch of damage. More Devastators back there. Storm Boys go a jump in. Couldn't quite jump on the Devastators, but they got over the rim. Weird Boy vomits on approaching Scout. Storm Boys idle. Did they get stuck? That was weird. Didn't seem anything to get stuck on there. 212 to 367. A Dreadnought is on the way for Inekura. And Val.Hero could go tier 3 right now. And they're going for a power bash here. Level 3 Force Commander, by the way. Level 1 Mekboy. And there is your Dreadnought. Keep this thing in melee for now, I would say. And counter-initiate the crap out of these Orks. Are they looking for Quarter Boys again? Surely they are. There's only the Nob Leader on those Storm Boys there. There's Quarter Boys. There it is. So good. Force Barrier does hit some stuff. They tried to avoid it. But there's a warp vomit, and that is so good in team fights. Or big fights even. Force Commander, are you going to be alright, bud? Here comes a Dreadnought. Emperor's Fist does hit some things. I think the Force Commander's alright. He's far enough away from violent Orks. Tier 3 it is indeed for Val.Hero. There's a bunch of Daka for the Devastators. Storm Boys can jump the other guys. There it is. Couldn't quite get close enough for the stun, but they chop them up pretty good. These guys may not survive, but there's sluggers on retreat path. And a Weird Boy smacked him. I think the Weird Boy might have got the kill. These sluggers still don't have their burners, but they have that Knob Leader. Shotgun Scout's basically been used as one unit so far. Maybe they could have been used a little bit more efficiently if they were split up. But they're a really powerful little combat unit duo like that. Maybe they could have done some capping, some forward capping on the northeast if they were split. Storm Boy's a bit too close to Bolter Fire, and now some shotguns and Dreadnought on retreat path. Where's your anti-vehicle, Mekboy? Has some Daka. They're in tier 3. But are we going to see a tank? Because the Force Commander will have a word with it. With his fist doing the talking. Can you kill one, Mekboy? Nope. The Raven Guard Dreadnought does look cool, eh? Crack. Gets away, I think. Yep, 156 to 344 on the VPs, and it is a looted tank. Gonna need to be very careful with that thing. Can you even get away from a Force Commander? If he teleports on rear armor, gets flesh over steel, and then cracks the rear armor, is that just a dead tank if it's level 1? Dreadnought with the Dark Age of Technology queued up for tier 3. Commander goes straight after the Weird Boy with the teleport. Counter-initiating sluggers. Storm Boy coming in. And I think that would have stunned him, but he got gated out. Tank busters on the way for Val.Hero to help shoot down the Dreadnought. There's the Force Barrier. Able to use War and get away. And the War Banner's doing some good work. They can maybe get another War Banner back here, because those effects do stack, I believe. There's that looted tank. Good smite. Storm Boy's jumping in. Dreadnought is here. Force Commander's still capping. No, now he's fighting. Gets a good battle cry, buffing those double scouts who come in. A bunch of shotgun blasts. And a Foot of Gork. Ouch. Just looks really painful, the Foot of Gork. Dark Age is in. Makes their inspiration better. As well as the hit points. So 1500 is that level 1. Pretty good. It's being chased, but I think it's going to be alright. And here's Flesh Over Steel with the Dreadnought right there too. Force Commander got a bit confused about his pathing for a second. And the Dreadnought's not attacking either. I think they could have got that Dreadnought down if they were actually attacking it. Maybe they were wary of the tank busters. Dreadnought escapes. Could go down as a big mistake by Inekura. Unless it was just weird pathing stuff that meant they couldn't attack there. Are they going to lose the Dreadnought? Over there used superbly well by the Weird Boy. Create some space for the tank busters. Oops. Camera went on a wonder. Sluggers with just a Knob Leader. Down goes a Dreadnought. And here comes a Predator tank for Inekura. 156 to 322. This Slugger Knob is still hanging out here. Now they retreat. Okay. Force Commander wants that looted tank. Couple of big hits is not enough. Trying to get after it. Mekboy is going for a custom force field. They can use that to knock away the Force Commander if they're close to the tank. As long as battle cry is inactive, I imagine that counters it, unless this is ability knockback. Not sure. Just as knocks down nearby units. Looted tank is taken care of. Tank went chasing it. So much for protecting it from Power Fist shenanigans. Oh, Looted tank's in trouble though. Really dodgy pathing going on there. I think Inekura was trying to reverse it so that the rear armor doesn't get hit, but it was getting very confused, the tank there. There is no button or UI element or anything that helps you just reverse a tank. You've got to try to give it very small orders going backwards. And I'm back. Sorry about that cut, guys. Had to take an urgent call and then go pick someone up from a hospital. So it's been like an hour or so since I was casting this game. I don't remember what I was saying. But what we have are Terminators coming in. There we go. Assault Terminators from Inekura. I was just about to say that it feels like Val.Hero has a powerful force against what Inekura has, but Inekura has a bunch of resources. This is a really risky push though, because there's Call the Boys, and now double sluggers with Warpath are on those Assault Terminators. Storm Boys there too with all their power melee. They are not backing off. Librarian is running away so that they could use Gate of Infinity, I think. They're taking huge amounts of damage. Look, even the Weird Boy is doing some melee damage. Force Commander comes in trying to help. Going after the Weird Boy. Should have been using Battle Cry maybe to disrupt those double sluggers. Oh, Librarian got killed. Librarian was got by the Storm Boys. These guys are dead. Tank is trying to help out, but double sluggers will rip apart Terminators faster than you'd think. Down they go. Sync kill at the end from the Nob Leader. Awesome stuff. And that's another big turning point. The first big... Oh, this tank might go down too. Yeah, look, the Mekboys buffed themselves with more Daka. And I think the sluggers are going to get this tank down with rear arm hits. Oh, maybe not. It gets away. It gets away. Tank busters are there. Where did the Mekboy teleport to then? Oh, they didn't. They must have teleported there. They had no energy left. I see. The tank survives. As I was saying, the first big turning point was when Inekura lost his Dreadnought. It was like Dreadnought and Force Commander versus Looted Tank and Tank Busters, I think. And they had some unfortunate pathing and couldn't get that tank down. I remember that. I think they got the tank soon after though, didn't they? I think so. But it felt like Val.Hero had momentum since then. Terminator's gone in an instant. Storm Boy is killing the Librarian. I wonder if they stopped and tried to use the Gate of Infinity, and that's why that happened. I thought they would just, look, Libby teleport didn't work, says Inekura, and Val.Hero says cause of Storm Boys is what they mean. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it seems like Inekura stopped and tried to use the Gate of Infinity, where I think they should have just teleported the Terminators away, retreated the Librarian, and then maybe they could have used Gate of Infinity from a very safe location, but hard to know all of that in advance in the heat of the moment. And they didn't know Call the Boys was coming at that instant. It was a really good usage of it, because if Call the Boys didn't pop then, they would have ripped through the sluggers. I think they only had like 1 or 2 models each. Nice grenade. Really nice grenade. On those commandos there. Over there gets the Orks into play. Tank busters getting shots. More commandos with the Nob Leader. Tank does not last very long. Surely that's GG. Here comes a Land Raider, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They have tank busters, double commandos, and that beamy death gun. And the Storm Boy Nob Leader, and the Weird Boy shots. I don't think even a Land Raider is going to last too long. But they have double scouts. They could maybe try to stretch the play a bit, move stuff around. But they need to avoid big one-on-one fights. Storm Boy's jumping in, stunned everything. Oh, Force Commander's right there. Lost the indicator for them. There's some battle cry. Should they have got the Thunderhammer. I mean, the Power Fist has done well. It is the Land Raider Redeemer. Acts as a retreat point for these Space Marines. They can reinforce off it, health regeneration off it. And it's got some powerful, mainly short-range weaponry, the Flamestorm cannons and the Multi-Melter. But as you can see, the twin-linked assault cannon has some good range on it. Sluggers just exploding under fire there. That guy survived though. Level 2 sluggers. Double scouts here to repair this thing. Val.Hero backs off, gets the stacking buffs from the War Banners. It's not a massive buff, but when you activate it like that, it lasts like 30 seconds or so, I think. I think it's around 5%, but if they stack together, that's good. And then you've got the War from the units going on. Shooter boys in retreat. They stole the VP over there. Looks like they don't want to fight the Land Raider. I think they could have gone after it. But they've isolated the Force Commander here. Inekura trying to buy time. Their next purchase absolutely vital. It's got to be tempting to get Assault Marines up to jump this blob, but double sluggers and the Storm Boys there. I mean, if Land Raider support, maybe they can do it. Just drive the Land Raider up, do a frag assault, wait for everything to get up, then jump in the assault squad. Not as easy as I'm making it sound, of course. Then you've got the Force Commander running in with battle crying stuff, but you've got to remember that Val.Hero is really on top of their Call the Boys game. Oh, we got some melee commandos now. Another reason not to get Assault Marines up. Tough spot for Inekura. Force Commander's getting duckered. Down to 50 VPs though, Val.Hero. Scouts keeping an eye on that side, but they can't do much against all those Orks, of course. Land Raider hasn't really been touched that much yet. Storm Boys, of course, jumping the Devastators. Grenade is decent. More scouts showing up. Not afraid to go toe-to-toe with somebody's Orcs, somebody's depleted Orcs here. And here's a Predator tank from Inekura, trying to overload the anti-vehicle maybe, while they get their infantry stuck in there. Land Raider's a little bit isolated here. Devastators will be near it. Oh, but there's a Mega Rumbler. And that's really bad news. With a Foot of Gork coming in. The Land Raider's done for, I think. Mega Rumbler completely shutting down its weapons. They are back now, but look at the damage pouring in. Land Raider goes down. Tank is in. There's some Love the Ducker, and there's an Orbital. Actually hits the Force Commander, I think. The tank survives. That weird boy shot there. Oh, but they don't survive that. And that's got to be GG, sorry. Surely. How can you afford so much? Says Inekura. Lots of Call the Boys, I guess. It must have worked out a lot cheaper to not reinforce that stuff. Because they used it 2 or 3 times really well. They killed some sluggers there. They've really been fixated on going after that weird boy. I mean, you can understand why. It's a pain in the ass. But maybe they could have ripped through some of these squads with that Power Fist a bit. Weird boy goes down. Inekura is not giving up. Looted tank on the way now for Val.Hero. Storm Boys down to 123 hit points on this Nob Leader. The Commando's down to 2 units. Doesn't have any intention of backing off to the VP, to the HQ though. Can you still use Call the Boys when you're down? I feel like they might have changed that at some point, but I'm not sure. Stick bombs thrown in by the melee commandos. With Mando Stab'em. Mandem Stab'em or something. Gotta look up what their DPS is. I keep forgetting to look it up. Didn't see him very often, but I've seen him a few times now. 299. Single cap for Inekura. They are going to get the 2-1 though, Val.Hero. Stormboy's jumping through. There's only 2 of them, enough to terrify the Devastators though, especially when they've got tank backup. Stormboys are of course level 4, so they're huge amounts of DPS. All of the sluggers are gone. I don't know if they were thrown away for population. The tank does not have the reinforced plating and therefore does not have the boom gun. Mekboy runs into a bunch of scouts. I'm surprised they haven't switched. Oh, there we go. They're switching back to the big shooter. 1-1 cap. Val.Hero on a knife edge, 26 VPs. There's the 2-1. And the tank should be able to see off these scouts, even if they both chuck grenades on it. Although, Force Commander's coming up. And they're level 7. So they're going to be doing huge amounts of damage with that fist. If we can get a flesh over steel, chuck a couple of grenades on it, it might be done for. They're not chucking grenades. There's one. Force Commander's on rear armor. I think they're going to get that thing. Down it goes. Force Commander's got to level. There we go. Levels to 8. 2-1 still in for Val.Hero. Now they're surging towards the natural victory point. And here come more Terminators, looks like. If they can get Lightning Claws up, they can murder a lot of stuff. I'm not sure if they're going to. Do they even have the resources for it? They don't quite have the power for it. I believe it's 70-70. Teleporting away there. Dragging stuff into the Devastators though. Oh, there's a Mega Rumbler. Are the Terminators close enough to get stunned? One of them is. Terminators really do not like being stunned, for those who don't know, because you can't retreat Terminators, so they're just kind of stuck there. There's a Warp Vomit. The Terminator's still able to see off things. They're tough bastards. What does Inekura get next? Scouts, do you make it away? 7 hit points, they got away. The scouts have been amazing. Here comes another looted tank for Val.Hero, by the way. 26-66, double cap for Val.Hero. Terminators are getting Lightning Claws. There's a battle cry to knock the Mekboy off the cap. Oh, didn't knock him far enough away though. The second hit does it. Lightning Claws in. 70 DPS power melee per model with a splash. 12 per hit the splash as well. They can just mince through infantry. Still going to be tough though for Inekura. Have to get another VP lockdown, of course. And now they're behind. 26-18. In fact, can they even stop this? There's a burner bomb. Looks like Val.Hero has done enough, maybe. These guys are going to try to make it up here. Yeah, but it's going to be difficult. Here comes a Librarian. But they've run out of time, I think. Terminators want to fight stuff with 40 Emperor on them. And what was that? Oh, that's a Mega Rumbler, I think. Well, there you have it. Cool game. Interesting build from Inekura. Double Scouts into double Devastators. The Dreadnought going down was a big turning point. Although Val.Hero did lose the tank, they seem to be able to recover better from there and kick on with the double Sluggers and Stormboy's core. That was quite dangerous. Maybe they should have got the Thunderhammer. Maybe it would have made a difference. Maybe the Power Fist was able to get more individual models killed though. And of course it did kill that tank and stuff. It was a fun game. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.